Meditate on Sri Ramakrishna for the peace and happiness of the whole humanity. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Stapakaya Chadamasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Stapakaya Chadamasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Avataravarishthaya Ramakrishna Te Namaha Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Prityormamritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us bow down to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. Today's topic I have chosen the role of religion. Sri Ramakrishna is the embodiment of all religions. He vitalized all aspects of religion through his life and teachings. Sri Ramakrishna's life of spirituality is the manifestation of divinity in its full glory. Sri Ramakrishna said the Hindu religion alone is the Sanatana Dharma. It is religion eternal. It lasts as long as the universe lasts. The various creeds you hear of nowadays have come into existence through the will of God and will disappear again through His will. They will not last forever. These are the words of Sri Ramakrishna. He says further, the Hindu religion has always existed and will always exist. That is the glory of Hinduism. How is it so? Because Hinduism is based on Vedantic principles. That's the secret. That's why it is eternal. It represents truth in its purest form. Adharma means unrighteous actions forbidden by religion. Single-minded devotion to one's own religion and friendly attitude towards others. We must adopt ourselves in such ways, Sri Ramakrishna says. God has made different religions. Why? In order to suit different aspirants, times and countries. But all religions, all these different religions are meant for taking the soul towards God. That's very important. All these religions are meant for taking the soul towards God. Swami Vivekananda is the ideal guide to any young man who hears the call of religion. Swami Vivekananda himself came in contact with an exemplary guru, Sri Ramakrishna. And Swamiji tested him outright. He did not simply accept Sri Ramakrishna. He did not simply swallow whatever Sri Ramakrishna said. He tested him outright. What was the result of that test? Swami Vivekananda found Sri Ramakrishna solid gold. Once he came to know the personality of Sri Ramakrishna as solid gold, he totally surrendered himself to him and dedicated his time and energy to the carrying out of his mission. Swami Vivekananda's message is nothing but the mission of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda was the spokesman of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna spoke through Vivekananda. Sri Ramakrishna is Mula Murti. Swami Vivekananda is Utsava Murti. So, the Swami reveled in religion all his life and know its entire province first hand and was highly competent to define it and sketch out its scope and province. Swamiji said in one of his talks, religion is the manifestation of the divinity already in man. The manifestation of that potential divinity is called religion. The finest definition of religion has been given by Swami Vivekananda. This telling assertion of the domain and function of religion, though brief, is very much to the point and is comprehensive. It makes clear that man in his essence is a spark of the celestial fire. It is not that he has to become that spark, he is already that. It is a vital element of his very constitution. But owing to environmental and other factors, that spark remains covered, as it were, and is not incandescent. All our spiritual endeavor is only for helping the latent divinity manifest itself and express itself. When the full expression is effected, religion attains its fruition. The lost kingdom has been restored to the long disinherited prince and heir. From one point of view, religious effort is a long and arduous affair, no doubt. And one comes across more frustrations than fulfillments. But from another and higher point of view, it is an easy game in which our victory is already assured to us, though we have often to face some grim grim encounters. Far from being the helpless victims of a cruel fate, which flays them alive, men are but romping children on the playfield of life, having much fun and run in all seriousness, till the granny recalls them and they retreat to her lap for repose. Therefore, religion is not a matter of choice for us. It is not a thing which we may or may not interest ourselves in. It is a must for us, and without it we simply are not. What breathing is to the body, religion is to the soul. Without breathing, the body dies, and without religion, the soul withers. Religion is our headquarters. And however far we may wander, we must never get severed from the main base, but must remain in active contact with it. So religion has tremendous value. It is not a faculty to be lectured or talked about. It's a value to be realized. Truth is one and religion is one. But the expression of truth may be many, and consequently religions may rightly be many. The modes of the appeal of religion may also vary. One may come into the fold of religion through mythology, another through rituals, and still a third through philosophy. Religious experience is a deeply subjective process to be individually felt and enjoyed. It cannot be very much objectified and shared in common with all and sundry. It must not be thought that religion is contrary to science, because the play of faith and belief is dominant in religion. Because religion probes into layers far beneath external nature. Religion is itself a science with its own methods and instruments. Its scope is vast, its aim is lofty, and man's need for it is absolute. It is ennobling and elevating from beginning to end. It is human life's most potent force for good. Though injustices have been practiced in its name, religion has always stood for righteousness. Devoid of religion, man is but a brute. Soaked in it, he is divine. Religion is man's communion with God, the soul's union with the oversoul, Atma, getting united with Paramatman. The embodied being getting freedom in the union of the universal being. It is a very intimate personal affair. As such, it resists being systematized and organized, and shies at becoming stereotyped and mechanized. Tastes and temperaments differ very much, and each man's religion functions in its own way and does not allow itself to be made to completely fit into a pattern. But there is such a thing as institutional aspect to religion. It lends itself to some extent to be a group affair, a community phenomenon, a racial feature. It submits to common rules and regulations for a particular brand of votaries, not to speak of common symbols and signs and articles of faith. It inaugurates a corps of priests to safeguard its rights and privileges. But when all this is being done, it is easily possible for religion to stray further and further from its central purpose and basic ideology. The trouble with man's finger is that when it begins to handle a God-given gift, it slowly corrupts it. Religion is providence's noblest boon to man, but religion as an institution is often a man-made monstrosity. Still, the institutional dimensions of religion are not easily dispensable because they are serviceable in their own way. Wisdom lies in mankind's arresting as much as possible the distortions which organization introduces into the temple of religion. Divine incarnations and prophets come to remove the cobwebs of the mansion of religion, cobwebs that have gathered through the ages as a result of man's misusing the instrument of religion. Man becomes fully developed only when religion imparts to him its touch of perfection. The giants and asuras spoken of in our ancient Puranas were persons of immense prowess and of high inventive genius. They are credited with having performed austerities which even saints could not always boast of. Yet they fell because they lacked true religion. Again, religion is a total affair and cannot be had in snatches and during particular periods. It is no good being religious on Sundays and quite worldly minded on the other days of the week. The best laws, the ideal government, the most prosperous state, the most ably organized society, these blessings cannot do much if the spring of religion dries up. They to whom religion is an armor are saved, but they to whom it is but a cloak get deceived. Religion is silent and steady performance. It is like a flower which does not talk but revels in its blossoming glory. It is not in bulk and mass that religion tries to show itself off. Its genius lies in being fixed and steady like the distant gleaming pole star and in saving sailors on the sea. Creeds must necessarily spring up and persist so long as the finite mind of man tries to fathom the infinitude of the Almighty. But they must not be allowed to grow so thick and dense that they conceal the truth itself. One must take to religion as a hungry man to food, not under compulsion, but with all avidity and joy. Though the light of religion must certainly illumine all worldly business, earthly interests as such should not enter the domain of religion. The trader and the merchant are certainly needed in society, but the temple precincts are not to be the venue of their operations. The devil is so clever that it has not failed to keep religion itself, his adaptation of it, as a shaft in his quiver. Religion never goes to sleep. It ceaselessly keeps warning and advising us, but its voice is still, small voice, and unless we tune our very attention to it, it may go unheard. Gloom and melancholy are no part of religion. Religion is a revealer of God, and His glory cannot but be robust and vivacious. Religion always promotes inner strength and never emasculates. Religion is a crusader and never compromises with evil or imperfection of any sort. To become a martyr to religion is pretty easy. To live religion is an uphill task. And Sri Ramakrishna came to show how to live the religion. In living the religion, you will be able to realize the truth. Then you will know that religion plays a very important role in one's life. If one becomes aware of this fact, then it doesn't have to suffer anymore with the idea of bondage, and he can really experience happiness and real joy. So religion means perfection. Religion always is connected to divinity. Any sort of imperfection is not tolerated in the true religion. So true religion means love. It means divinity. The expression of divinity is love. Through love, you will understand the glory of God, and you realize that God is in your own heart, illumining the whole universe. Once you experience that state, you will be in perpetual happiness. Sri Ramakrishna began to talk about Narendra, page 716. 716. Master said to the devotees, I haven't felt the same strong longing for the younger Naren that I felt for Narendra. To Haripada he said, do you go to Girish Ghosh's house? Haripada said, yes, I go there very often. He is our neighbor. Master, does Narendra too go there? Haripada, yes, I see him there occasionally. Master said, what does he say in reply to Girish? Girish Ghosh spoke of Sri Ramakrishna as incarnation of God. Haripada said, Narendra has been defeated in the argument. Master, no. Narendra says, Girish Ghosh has such strong faith. Why should I contradict him? The brother of Judge Anukul Mukhyopadhyay's son-in-law was in the room. The master asked him, do you know Narendra? Brother, yes sir. He is a very intelligent young man. Master said to the devotees, he must be a good man because he speaks highly of Narendra. Narendra was here the other day and sang with Trailokya Sanyal, but that day his singing seemed flat to me. Baburam was a student in the entrance class in the school where he am taught. Master asked Baburam, where are your books? Aren't you attending to your studies? To Yam. Sri Ramakrishna said, he wants to stick to both. That's very difficult. What will he gain by knowing God partially? Vasishtha Deva, great sage that he was overcome at the death of his sons. That amazed Lakshman. And he asked Rama the reason. Rama said, brother, what is there to wonder at? He who has knowledge has ignorance also. Brother, go beyond both knowledge and ignorance. If a thorn enters the sole of your foot, you get another thorn to take out the first one. Afterwards you throw both away. Likewise, one procures the thorn of knowledge to remove the thorn of ignorance, then one goes beyond both knowledge and ignorance. Baburam, smilingly, that's what I want, Master said, smilingly. But my child, can you attain it by holding it to both? If you want that, then come away. Baburam smilingly said, take me away from the world. Master to him, Rakhal lived with me, but that was different. His father agreed to it. If these boys stay here, there will be trouble. To Baburam he said, you have no strength of mind. You have not much courage. Just see how the younger Narayan says, I will come away for good. Sri Ramakrishna came down from the small couch and sat among the youngsters on the floor. M sat by his side. Master said to him, I have been seeking one who has totally renounced woman and gold. When I find a young man, I think that perhaps he will live with me. But everyone raises some objections or other. A ghost sought a companion. It is said that a man who dies on a Saturday or Tuesday becomes a ghost. Therefore, whenever the ghost saw anybody fall from a roof or stumble and faint on the road on either of those days, he would run to him, hoping that the man, through an accidental death, would become a ghost and be his companion. But such was his ill luck that everyone revived. The poor thing could not get a companion. Just see, Rakhal always gives his wife as an excuse. He says, what will become of her? When I touched Narendra on the chest, he became unconscious. Then he cried out, oh, what have you done to me? Don't you know that I have a father and mother? Why has God made me lead this kind of life? Evidently, Sri Ramakrishna was referring to his monastic life. Chaitanya Deva became a sannyasi so that all would salute him. Whoever salutes an incarnation, even once, obtains liberation. Mohini Mohan had brought a basket of sweetmeats for Sri Ramakrishna. Master asked, who has brought these sweets? Baburam pointed to Mohini Mohan. Sri Ramakrishna touched the sweets, uttering the word Om, and ate a little. Then he distributed them among the devotees. To the surprise of the others, he fed the younger Narayan and a few of the boys with his own hand. Master then said to him, this has a meaning. There is a greater manifestation of God in men of pure heart. In former years, when I used to go to Kamarpukkot, I would feed some of the young boys with my own hand. Chain, Shankari would say, why doesn't he feed us that way? But how could I? They led an immoral life. Who would feed them? Sri Ramakrishna was in the happiest mood with his young and pure-souled devotees. He was seated on the small couch and was doing funny imitations of a kirtani. The devotees laughed heartily. The kirtani is dressed lavishly and covered with ornaments. She sings standing on the floor, a colored kerchief in her hand. Now and then she coughs to draw people's attention and blows her nose, raising her nose ring. When a respectable gentleman enters the room, she welcomes him with appropriate words, still continuing her song. Now and then she pulls her sari from her arms to show off her jewels. The devotees were convulsed with laughter at his mimicry by Sri Ramakrishna. The devotees were convulsed with laughter at this mimicry by Sri Ramakrishna. Paltu rolled on the ground. Pointing to him, the master said to him, look at that child. He is rolling with laughter. He said to Paltu with a smile, don't report this to your father, or he will lose the little respect he has for me. You see, he is an Englishman. Master said to the devotees, there are people who indulge in all kinds of gossip at the time of their daily devotions. As you know, one is not permitted to talk then, so they make all kinds of signs, keeping their lips closed. In order to say, bring this, bring that, they make sounds like who. All such things they do. Laughter. Again, there are some who bargain for fish while telling their beads. As they count the rosary with a finger, they point out the fish, indicating that one place they reserve all their business for that time. Laughter. We should stop here. So Sri Ramakrishna has shown through his life how one should practice religion and what exactly religion means, what is the purpose of religion, holding on to religion, where one would go. Everything has been demonstrated through the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Taking to religion, practicing it in a proper way, one experiences the bliss of God. Religion is a part and parcel of everyone. If you tune towards your religious attitude and aptitude, then you will see so many dimensions of religion are opening up, and you will certainly feel a kind of fulfillment in life. So life without religion carries you nowhere, and you will not be able to experience happiness at all. On the other hand, you will be passing through one set of misery to another set of misery, always passing through some kind of stress and strain. So one has to take recourse to religion and follow it up properly, and that is how religion is to be understood. That's what Sri Ramakrishna has shown through his life. Any questions to ask? People quarrel in the name of religion, but that only shows they have not understood properly the meaning of religion. So, instead of taking them towards God, such ideas of false understanding of religion take them to different way of life. Instead of taking to God, they take them to world, bringing more and more misery. Anything to ask? Do you have any question? Yeah? Gospel? Yeah? Yeah, Mula Murti Utsav Murti. Mula Murti Utsav Murti. Mula Murti means the principal image. The principal image, if you go in a temple, the principal image it cannot be moved. It's immovable. It is fixed. But for conducting ceremonies and festivals, for taking the deity on chariot outside the temple, on the streets, they require murti. So they have another murti, it's called Utsav Murti. There they install, actually there's a way of transferring the divine power from the Mula Vigraha, to Utsav Murti, and then they carry. That's what I mean. Any other question? No. All questions are solved. No. Yeah. See, religion, it's a boon to us, I told you. It's a God's finest boon to us is religion. But we don't know how to use it, we abuse it, so we are having the bad effect of it. And we have lost all the meaning of religion. Religion has lost its meaning. The unreal has become real. The false has become more glamorous. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Now the point is, you must have open-mindedness. See, rituals, they are not the end of it. They are the help to take you onward in the religious path. Rituals are meant for that. Rituals, what after all rituals? Rituals are meant to stabilize your character and to put on a good format.
The intention is good.
That's what is meant.
But usually
And another thing is, because they are not understood, so it is losing its meaning. Rituals actually, it is direct communication with God. You are conversing with God, rituals, and you are supposed to follow certain disciplines in order to achieve some result. That's how the rituals come. And rituals, in a way, indirectly take you towards God. You start with some kind of fulfilling your desires, you perform some rituals. By doing such things, you come closer and closer to, oh my God, I should pray to God. I got this desire fulfilled, I got this, I got that. So you become close to God. Then you go for higher aspirations. Then you feel this, what's the use of asking this and that? It never gives me satisfaction. So, oh Lord, I want you. I'm enough of all these things. Like that. No. Individual, the teachings and things are there as a guide, as a guidance. Individual effort must be done. Without your individual effort, without working for yourself, you won't get anything. I may say, I have realized the truth. What does it to you? It doesn't make any sense unless you yourself realize it. But it helps you. Yeah. No. It doesn't stop at that. For example, I tell you, Swami Vivekananda, he came to Sri Ramakrishna. He was a real aspirant, but he did not know in what manner he should go. And he was a little bit skeptical also. He was not sure whether people talk so many things about God. Is it really true that God is there? Is it a fact that God can be realized? Can one realize in this life? Is it ever possible, or is it only fiction? Because he has studied all the Eastern and Western philosophies, but he was a little skeptical, because he wanted to see whether there anybody living that life. People talk so much about things, but he was surprised. Pleasant surprise was, it was true, and here is a person who had led an exemplary life of spirituality, and he could. So that's why I told in the class, he tested him properly, tested him thoroughly. Then he was convinced. Then he surrendered totally to him. Once he surrendered, once he realized it was a solid gold, then there is no question of your getting any negative result at all. Because when you have known the truth, it's all revealed, finished. And then he surrendered himself, and then whatever Sri Ramakrishna said was true. And every minutely he observed Sri Ramakrishna and followed him. There's nothing wrong, actually. Actually, these spiritual leaders, they show us the way to make us the spiritual path easy. That's all. So it is not necessary that we should go in that path. All right, if you want to go independently, if you want to invent your own path, you can do that. But it is not so easy. And here is a path they are showing. Look, you come here. Why do you take the trouble of making again laboratory experiment? I have already done the experiment. You don't have to do that experiment again. It's not done. It is done like this. If you do this, you will get like that. Finished. I have done it. So that is the proof. So you do it, you will also get it. But doing part is important. You are not doing it, so you don't get the result. Yeah. But it takes a new form. It is put in a new way. See, the incarnations come why? They give it a modern way of, they adjust in such a way to lead the people in that way, according to that way. See, you can't adopt method which we were practicing 100 years back. So what they should do? All right, you follow this method. So Sri Ramakrishna tells there are so many yogas are there, but for this modern age, Bhakti Yoga is the easiest way. Path of devotion, that's the easiest way. The other paths are very difficult to follow. You don't have so much of strength to practice Raj Yoga. You must have physical strength, you must have mental strength, you must have all sorts of preparations are needed for that. But Bhakti Yoga is not so difficult comparatively. Once you are convinced about the truth, what is needed is to choose the path. And you take this path, and it doesn't mean that you should not go another path. You can go. If you want to go in path of jnana or path of yoga, go ahead and do it. But he's telling for people at large, one can go in this way, like that Sri Ramakrishna tells. Just by repeating God's name, one can reach God. He gives the example of there is a log of wood immersed in the water, and there is a chain fixed to it on the shore. If you hold on the chain and walk along the chain, you reach that log wood. So hold on to the chain and go inside the water along the path the chain is going through. Then you reach the log because it is tied to log. So like that, Sri Ramakrishna gives many examples and many ways to reach God. But Swami Vivekananda's method is, you have all the faculties, you develop jnana, develop yoga, develop everything, and one yoga might be predominant in you, that's all. All of them are helpful. They are complementary. No one is opposing the other. It's only approach, your attitude, what way you fix it, that's important. Once you fix that approach, go ahead. Realize the truth, then you will understand everything. Anything else? Yeah. Religion is always associated with spirituality. Without spirituality, it is not religion. And I told him, of course you were late in the class, I explained everything in the beginning. So religion means perfection and subject. There are so many ways. Either taking treatment and leaving the result to God, that's one way. Another way is bearing the suffering. Like that. Two alternatives are there. In both the alternatives, you have to rely upon God. Who? No. Sri Ramakrishna is the teacher. All right, we shall stop. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped and clean, and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. O name stream down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree, take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame, as many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Ah, how I long for the day when the instant separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, may the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops, may all countries be freed from calamity, may holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied, for he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.